welcome to Kidsito sometime.
Come well. A different greeting.
Sure.
But
Kids
welcome
is
back
exciting.
to Kidsito sometimes. We fluctuate in the tarts because you never know which cuisine we're going to be.
Fluctuate in the tarts.
This is worse than my retainer talk. We fluctuate in the charts. So we find you podcasts all around the world. They just lie. Welcome back to the number. No.
Some people, when they try and introduce KETS, they go, and Chloe, when people put you on the spot, they're like, oh, and Chloe's got a podcast. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Although you should be proud, but also you're like, oh no. And then it's like, what awards have you won? And I was like, huh?
What awards have you won, bucko?
Well,
Jeez.
I mean, we have been number one in comedy interviews.
That's
in
true.
South Africa.
Top 10 in comedy.
What can we
Not
say?
bad for a bunch of crackers.
Sure. Don't look at the charts right now.
Well, I think we're still there. We're a bit like your creepy uncle.
Staying around, lurking.
Yeah, lurking. And who knows when we'll come and see you properly.
And come well. Huh?
Oh no, Chloe. Come on, Chloe.
Welcome.
Welcome to the show. Yeah, we do a bit of news. And when I say a bit, it's a stretch. We share some local and international stories. I think the main thing we like to do with you guys is provide a bit of internet friendship and attempt to cure your depression. Because the drugs and alcohol ain't working. It's time
for a change.
Seize the day. I feel everything
Carpe
now
diem.
is going to be like settled by whatever Elon Musk's Twitter poll. Trump's back and we're going to touch on him later. Impossible not to. We've obviously got the contentious FIFA World Cup in Qatar to chat about.
Oh, I'm excited about that. Lots of drama.
Do you have a team yet? Do you have a World Cup team?
No. I don't know who to support if I'm not supporting South Africa.
Well, this just in. Bafana take the high road and go against FIFA's corruption and boycott the World Cup. That's right. We don't want to be part of your bullshit corruption World Cup. We had our own corrupt one and then we're done with it. Bafana.
Also, maybe weren't selected.
Well, no, we didn't qualify. Yeah.
But also, we don't want to be a part of it anyway.
Yeah. We know what corruption is. We don't like yours. So no, it sucks. It's like, I don't know. It feels... It's the saying like kissing your sister comes to mind watching this FIFA World Cup. Like you've kissed a girl, but it's your sister. Yeah, it's only in certain parts of America would that be a big W. Sweet Home Alabama. A BBW, depending if she's thick.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So and then of course we've got our local news. There's load shedding. We've tried to record this podcast 3 times. Now. Yeah. Well, hey, welcome.
Eskom said, enough.
Yeah.
Shut up.
And it's the worst because it causes fights. Because load shedding's the problem. And then you're, Chloe, I thought you checked. You were supposed to check the schedule this week. And then Chloe, oh, what are you going to do? It's the cold. The cold's wet. Someone sabotage. And then we've had many a fight over the schedule. I've dropped the ball many times as well.
I just don't check. Like my mom was always the one to tell me load shedding is going to happen. And then I moved out and then I almost just feel like not checking allows me to be like a bit happier, more positive. But then when it does go off, I am obviously unhappy. Yeah. But it's more like living in bliss.
No, it's not. It's living in darkness. I want to go live with your mom again because I can't
constantly,
take it.
She's good. She's so good at checking it.
That 55 minute before you're like, oh.
That's
if you're lucky.
They just
that's
inset
if you're
it.
Lucky.
And you're like, where are the chargers? And then sometimes if certain people steal all the iPhone chargers and just leave them around, then there's no way to charge your phone. And then it's, well, my phone's on 16. And you say, well, my phone's on 15.
It's a terrible place to be. And it's Eskom's fault. So we'll chat briefly about them. We got no good news if that's what you're looking for. But yeah, so the big story that's we're leading with is that South Africa might shut down again. If you've been to UCT, that might trigger some sort of actual freedom because, it was academic shutdowns led to extended holidays.
Maybe like nostalgia.
For the rich,
reminds me of.
Always for the rich. It's never not a good time for the rich. So come right in, the water's bubbly because we're in a jacuzzi. But South Africa's public servants, they're looking to get a bit of a wage increase. Who isn't? Yeah, I see you out there. Yeah, who isn't? And the government is not playing ball. There's no footsie under the table.
No. You were saying that they've they've offered, so they're asking for 6.5
Yeah, as a minimum increase.
as a minimum increase. And the government says, we'll give you 3% and we'll give you 1,000 rand off your taxes.
It's like a weird tax rebate.
Thanks so much.
So they're saying it equates to something like a 6.7 increase, or 7.5 increase, which is more. And they're like, no, it isn't, because we don't pay taxes.
Listen,
that's not what they're saying. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not good at maths, but I just feel like that. Then why not just, if it's more money for the government, then just give them the 6.5.
So there's a so-called National Day of Action, which counterintuitively is going to be filled with inaction, because part of the protesting options are to go slow. So you don't have to fully commit. You can just go slow at work. Which, I mean, come on. That's this reminds me a lot of like Zuma must fall and white people protesting. Because, as you know...
That was a weird time in our country's history.
It was, but being a UCT graduate, I have a tremendous amount of white guilt coming from the humanities. So it was a wonderful, humbling day. Fuck white people. When you walked up to campus, you're like, maybe not today. This is not my day. This is not a day to learn maths. But no, there was that big rhetoric of, guilt. And of course, I don't carry day-to-day guilt. I don't think that's good for anyone. I don't think that beating yourself up or that self-flagellation helps. I don't know, unless you find it perhaps erotic, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. But it's not often that you see white South Africans take to the street to protest.
No.
And when they do,
it's not good.
It's not a pretty sight.
It's not
They
good.
just don't have the pizzazz.
I've never felt so uncomfortable standing on Kenilworth Main Road with like a bootlegger's coffee in hand protesting. The Zuma must fall grannies, they were great. But
do you know what sort of like level that sort of feels on? Is during lockdown when everyone had to stand outside of their houses and like applaud and scream. And yes, of course, like it's like a good cause and you want people to go push it. But
that was lame.
I just couldn't do it. My mom was like,
8 o'clock every night.
It's time, you gotta get out on the streets. I'd be like, not again.
No. That was so lame.
And also like you would see, like it would just be like some nights it would just be us.
But people had like musical instruments.
Someone be like, shut up!
Oh, vuvuzela. You're like, no, man. And in lockdown, everyone was drunk while you still could be.
Yeah, for real.
Or you had reserves. So, no, that was, Chloe, that was a dark time. But speaking of alcohol abuse, smokers are coming under fire in South Africa as several laws look to be implemented with regards to indoor and outdoor smoking, which I think is fantastic. Smoking is gross.
True.
Have you ever kissed a smoker?
Yes.
It's disgusting.
Yes. Yeah. Unless.
Who was the smoker you kissed?
I'd be the fifth. But imagine going to jail for smoking. Because that's apparently what the government are proposing. It's either going to be jail time or a hefty fine. Which I mean, like, what is a hefty fine?
Money,
wealth
is relative.
What is a hefty fine? I mean, in the States, they've got crazy fines even for littering. It's like $300 if you caught littering.
Really?
How
that
wild
is
is
nuts.
that?
No, that's not good.
5,000 rand.
But another thing I've seen, a little foreshadowing, a little foreplay for the FIFA World Cup, is that you have these Japanese supporters. They watched Qatar play Ecuador, and it came up, I think, in the Rugby World Cup that was hosted in Japan, that supporters then stay and clean the whole stadium. And it's not like you pick up your 2 plastic cups and some chips and like, woohoo. They have massive bags and they literally stay for hours after the game and clean the whole stadium.
Really?
No, it's Japan is...
That is so awesome.
They built different, the Japanese. And then there's like Qatari guys, like they even do it without a camera whilst filming them and him. I'm like, you don't get it.
Yeah.
Qatari also kind of sounds like a slur, but it ain't.
Are we sure?
Yeah, well,
check it.
Or Super Sport is in a lot of trouble. But no, so the smokers, I think it's good, but it's interesting because there's the no alcohol at the stadiums and people are losing their minds over that. But it's like different cultures. So I also do think we're going to look at drinking in a few years and go like, what were we doing? That was crazy. Especially young people.
Yeah.
And I've been young people.
Arguably, you are young people.
I am young people. I think we are going to be shocked. And even like in South Africa, on the smoking packet,
Yeah.
it's like a camel. You're like, oh, it's a cute camel. You know, that sort of stuff. Or that's a cool box.
I
but
don't think that when I see them.
I always think that's a
Who's
camel.
a cute camel?
It's a camel, yeah, you know, it's a cute camel. But you know, in Europe or America, they've got like the and we'll put some of them up. They've got like a warning: cigarettes cause cancer, and then it looks like, you know, a dental botch job or like a pirate's beck. It's disgusting. Or like warning: smoking can kill you. And then there's you don't even know if it's a man or a woman on a 100th round of chemotherapy.
Ew.
Whoa.
I wonder if
Yeesh.
these are...
Yuck for both of those photos.
Yuck. I wonder if these are real people on these... Because, I mean, that's unfortunate. You know, you're already facing the consequences. Now everyone must see your face.
Died of cancer. The door opens.
This dude was fucking stupid. Now he's paying the prices.
You're in your ward there, like shivering. You can't feel anything. You've just had another round of, I don't know, blood transfusion. These cameras come in. You go, oh, it's Make-A-Wish. I'm going to meet Iron Man. As people zooming in on you. This is what happens. They play that.
That's it. That's the shot, people.
Yeah, piracy music. Remember that piracy music that used to play? Piracy is a crime. It went exactly like that.
It used to make me so scared.
Yeah, you're like, I don't even think I can watch this film twice. Is that copying? So yeah, I hope that person in the photo gets better though.
Imagine how wild it would
Inshallah.
be. Imagine how wild it would be if those sorts of images, like you're saying, like the way we think about alcohol might change. Like imagine those warnings on the back of like wine or beer.
Pure. No,
like,
that'd be
hey,
rough.
yeah, I've brought over a bottle of wine. You know, thanks so much for having us over. Welcome. You know, you look at it. Yeah. No.
They should maybe they should force the wine to be cold, like, because you couldn't maybe even get it. You just I bought a bottle of early grave. No, I think we're fine. I think we'll be fine. Okay. Speaking of people who have come out, Charlize Theron.
Theron, as you should say it. She
hot or not?
Hot.
I mean,
that's not really up for debate. I feel hot.
She's a Hollywood 8, but a Benoni off the charts. 100. When I try to work out to do a little bit of research on Benoni, to be honest, I didn't make it past the first million results in 0.35 seconds. I looked at it, no, not for me. Benoni.
Benoni. Where is Benoni? Like, do you know where it is, first of all?
Yeah, in Benoni. North of Cape Town.
Like, if you had to guess, like, where do you think it is? I promise you, I couldn't tell you.
I don't know. I've got a feeling like it's outskirts of Johannesburg.
I have no idea.
I don't know, like between Johannesburg and Zimbabwe or something.
Okay,
Benoni.
Maybe. My guess is...
Where is Benoni?
No, okay, wait. Let me think properly. Okay, it's Afrikaans, I'm guessing. So I'm going to say like near Bloemfontein.
No, it's in Gauteng, in the
wow.
Kuruleni municipality.
Oh, go you.
So should you visit here? No, that's what Google says. So if you're from Benoni...
Looking to plan a trip.
Yeah, make it out. No, but Charlize has a fucked up story.
Yeah.
Mom killed her dad or something, or the dog, or something like that. But anyway, so she came out with this big statement on Smartless. She was joking, but like, you know, it's 2022. There's no room for interpretation, so we took it at face value. And she said, like, only 44 people speak Afrikaans. It's a dying language. I can't communicate. Yeah.
Or she said it's like impractical or something.
She was trying to te beklemtoon the situation, you know, brother. I used to. You ask me any word, I can tell you what it is in Afrikaans within 2 seconds.
Okay.
I won't even have to Google.
Spook awesome.
Excuse me? That's a ghost.
No.
Oh, what is that?
Spook awesome.
A spook.
You got the first bit. Okay, pantoffels.
Sockies.
Slippers.
Yeah, I mean, I wear socks and slippers.
Oh, yeah.
Hence the... Okay, so that was a great game we played.
So Sam
moving on. But yeah, so... And obviously the Afrikaans community is, you know, it's tightly knit community, but also, you know, they've got an identity.
Yeah, I cancel Charlize. So.
No ways, I love her.
Gone.
Anyway, Theron, we'll move on for her. And then we touched a bit about ESCOM because, oh boy.
We must talk about it.
We've chatted about ESCOM a lot. And, you know, we get many hateful, you know, when you've got 80,000 followers on TikTok. Creatine! When you've got... yeah, I did push-ups
I'm
before
convinced creatine's messed up my stomach. It just can't be the same.
My tummy sore. For those of you just joining KETS, Chloe and I are abusing the closest thing to a steroid. That's
no, stop spreading that.
Approved by USADA. It's not a steroid. It just helps you become a beast.
They've started messaging us, being like, "You gotta get off it. It's a steroid."
I know.
Like it's too late.
Someone asked me they asked me about fitness advice. I'm like, not your guy. This is just not it. But ESCOM, the news is not good. So it always kind of gets better for a week or two. You kind of forget about it. You pack away the candles.
I think it's just because load shedding stops, but like the crisis doesn't. Like they've said for a long time.
You sound like Zelensky. We will have media.
I'm sorry, but when did I lie?
That's true. And that's nothing against Zelensky.
And me.
He does a lot of media for someone fighting a war. That's all I'll say. It's like always doing...
No more.
It's like Andrew Tate is just on podcasts. It's like, what's your job? Says us. We actually we have like 4 different jobs to pay the bills. So if you can stop with this free podcast stuff, you know, the people on TikTok already kind of pay with death threats. The problem with ESCOM is that they've run out of diesel, and their spokesperson, and this is a quote, "We do not plan to procure more diesel until the 1st of April next year," which is either a fucked up April Fool's joke that he's just putting way too much effort in.
Just kidding.
But so, yeah, the prediction is that we'll persist with stage 3, and in the months to come, stages 4 and 5, which is...
August. How many months away is that? 10.
I can't even do that math. But in positive news, right? We've got
Give me some, please.
We've got reigning Miss Wheelchair SA, and that's not her name. Come on, people. What's wrong with you? Whose first name would be Wheelchair? But Miss Wheelchair South Africa, Tamlin Bok. She is an inspiration. I've read a couple of articles about her, seen her work, all self-funded. It's not like Miss South Africa, which feels kind of fucked up because I feel like you're funded to go to the Paralympics as much as you're funded to go to the Olympics. But anyway, so she was born with spinal muscular atrophy, which is a genetic condition that affects the nerves and weakens the muscle.
Damn.
So she lost the ability to walk at the age of 8, which is fucked up.
Wow.
Because, you know, some people are born with these sort of genetic disabilities and they never know what it's like. So, like never knowing your dad or never meet. So you don't really know which. Oh, imagine. So, and her story is so inspiring. She's turned it all around. Woo, 360. And side note, if you watch wheelchair basketball, I think that is the most violent form of sport I've ever seen. It makes rugby look like a joke. They fly in there.
It's like bumper cars.
It is like, but they're very talented.
Speaking of wild stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to go a bit off topic. But have you seen how the Jantjies Saga has unfolded?
The Jantjies Saga is like 50 Shades of Grey, but it all came out of Potchefstroom. Like it's just everyone is so bad at lying in this saga. It's like, you know, there needs to be one meeting. There's like the Senzo Mayiwa murder trial. Wow, no one knows what's going on there. That's like grade A. Just
we tried covering it and then we just stopped. We just gave up.
Impossible to follow. You know, it's still fucking a tragedy. But this Jantjies Saga, good heavens.
You know, just when you think it can't get crazier, or you know, there's just no ways that you can get out of it. Think again.
Because Alton denounced it. No ways, guys. Me, Alton Jantjies, guy who headbutts, you know, airplane urinals. I play by the book.
Me?
Guy with a tarantula tattoo on his arm. I'm a normal dude. No, sir. So obviously he then 360'd and admitted to it.
Or admitted to his wife, and I think
because
she was probably
bounced.
like
she went to Mykonos and not West Coast. She went far. She's in Greece, baby. So
it's hectic. But the plot thickens because the dietitian, Zinat,
Yes.
she has said it wasn't her. It was someone who looks like me.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. It was my evil twin.
Catch me on the sofa. It wasn't me. It was. I just don't know any words to that one. But no, it's. And a lawyer's been like, it's a classic case of mistaken identity. Oscar Pistorius in jail. Why did? Oh no, that is what he did. He said it was a robber. Mistaken identity.
It just seems like out of like a soap opera. Like, it's my evil twin that no one knows about, not even my mother.
Yeah.
But she's come out of the woodworks too.
Yeah, and no, and Jantjies' wife, soon to be ex, has literally been like, no, I've seen messages. It's definitely her. It's so sad that she's keeping up this lie, and it's like, it's just unbelievable.
It is. It really is just embarrassing. Like, I just feel like you did what you did, you know, and just own up. That's probably the best thing.
It is the best way.
Like,
you got to just wear it. Yeah.
Yeah, especially professionally. Like, she risks losing her job. So.
Yeah. The dietitian, maybe.
I knew something was
the
coming.
dietitian has been making too many cheat meals. Christ. All right. We'll move quickly. We're staying with rugby because Rassie has been suspended again.
No.
This is, of course, South Africa in rugby. Well, director of rugby, Rassie Erasmus. He's got a 2-match ban this time, which is short. Rumor has it he's flown to the Bahamas with a dietitian.
We were like, where is Rassie?
But
He's
yeah,
gonna
Rassie
disappear
is
again.
the petty king of the world. And you know what? Lots of people like, why is he keeping? I like it because he keeps the energy. So he's always gets in trouble for comments made about the officiating of the Springboks. And with video evidence, it's always right. But it's this whole sort of culture in the sport that you can't speak up or you can't go against World Rugby, which is pretty fucked in and of itself.
Yeah.
And so, now a guy like Bongi Mbanambi, who's a South African hooker, nothing to do with the Alton case, and he makes a comment to the ref during the game, and now immediately the media, world media, has a frenzy about disgraceful comments, and it's like, this is because he's South African, or maybe because he's like a couple shades darker than what you guys. I don't say, allegedly say that word. You can say anything.
I also think it's difficult because you also want the refs to be respected. So if the authorities question, then how can you trust their reffing decision? So in that way, I do understand why maybe it's not. I don't know.
There is just a trend, and I feel I'm pretty objective about this because I love all sports. I love competition. I love winners and losers. It can usually be like, yeah, we lost there. Yeah, we won.
Yeah.
There is some sort of like unwritten agenda, or maybe it is written, but hasn't been emailed to us, where just refs blatantly blow against South Africa. You can't. You just know it.
But when
ask any South African rugby fan.
I've heard if you're watching the game and you go, yo, this ref, he loves us, hey?
Yeah, sometimes they do.
This ref, I like him. And then you'll just like have the best time watching the game. So you only remember when you feel like the ref
that's true. But for the majority, they bend us over. They're ridiculous.
I just love Rassie's tweet because they just are like so passive aggressive that he's like, sorry, we know. We'll try better next time.
Yeah.
Sorry, we should have known we got a yellow card. Sorry.
He's very sarcastic. He's naughty. I like that. It's like all the, like Ronaldo is going through the media thing now with that interview. It's like, this is a human being. Surely he's allowed to speak if he wants, it's all this.
Yeah, I guess.
Speaking or
Speaky.
Talking about people who can't speak, gay people in Qatar. Well, I mean, you can speak, but I don't think you can be gay there. Not big fans of homosexuality, the Qataris. And this is where it becomes such an interesting, like, different cultures, different parts of the world. Respect them. You know what I mean? But like, then surely you could respect a person's choice to be homosexual.
Yeah.
Even like saying homosexual sounds weird. It's like a very weird, or like it feels, it's like if people are just gay. Or is it? That also sounds... It sounds like I devalue them. You're just gay.
No, but it really is so crazy. Like, and I mean, you think about these matches being played there, and don't they have like those slogans that are like F1 as well?
Well,
they
no,
have,
there was
we race as one.
There was massive controversy because all these teams came out and they said the captains were going to wear this One Love armband.
Yeah.
Stand with the LGBTQ
I plus.
community. And right before the tournament started, like a day before, they first took away the booze. They were like, no, we've got them. They've booked the tickets. There's nothing they can do. Then they said the captain, if he wears that, will be yellow carded. And it's obviously a massive sort of game disadvantage to be yellow carded at the start of the game. So everyone backed down on it, which was...
Damn.
No, it's ridiculous.
And I mean, this is also what we'll chat about a bit, but how was Qatar awarded?
Money, corruption, bribery.
Okay, it's not.
I watched that FIFA documentary and I exhaled deeply and I felt so proud to be South African. We only do it that little. And we, like, you know, all these African countries get a really hard time. You know, corrupt, you know, can't be ungovernable, all that sort of stuff. When you're like, no, you guys in Europe, and you're the same. Everyone's the same. We're all little piggies at the feeding trough, trying to just. So it was like it made me feel less angry about South Africa, more like this. It is what it is.
It just is everywhere. I think maybe South Africa, it's much more visible.
Yeah.
Because is conspicuous the right word? Maybe not.
Inconspicuous or conspicuous?
Conspicuous in South Africa, maybe where it's like more concealed.
Oh,
Europe or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just been a mess, like as you were saying, corruption and whatnot. But people are also saying that and I've never heard this term before, sports washing, to hide human rights violations.
Yes, just bringing these tournaments across.
Yeah, but I also feel like you're not fooling anyone.
It is interesting because there's been a lot of debates about this and what's right and what's wrong. And like when you start to agree with Piers Morgan's opinions, I think, you know, you got to look yourself in the mirror. I nearly phoned a therapist for the first time. But there is a lot of moral sort of flexing that goes on, and it's like, you know, the FIFA president, Infanta Grape or whatever his name is, has lost the fucking plot. That guy is a nut job.
Me when I do my presentation last minute.
Yeah. Where is that video? Get that video up, Chloe, because if you haven't watched this is just, you got to be like, what is this guy doing? So he first says how Europe's got to do a lot of apologizing for the 3,000 years of oppression, colonialism, racism, and then you're like, this someone gets it. Like this is, you know, tad ironic being, you know, colonizers' offspring that need to die, according to some TikTok comments. Take it easy, guys. One day I was your Russell Brand lookalike, the next you want to kill me. We can't have both of them.
But for real. You did get a death
threat.
No, it's too much.
I was like, what? You know, I get death
threats.
I
laughed and Sam was like, no, it's very serious.
Death threats are hilarious when they don't happen to you. I'm speaking from experience. So play this thing because he's, you know, you're like, okay, this is cool. FIFA, you know, the corrupt bunch of mofos, but at least someone from like a European position is like admitting wrong, which because they don't. They usually just have the museum with all the African stuff in it that you can't even get a visa to come and look at. So this was refreshing until he started, oh boy, losing the plot. Okay.
Today I feel Qatari. Today I feel Arab. Today I feel African. Today I feel gay. Today I feel disabled. Today I feel a migrant worker.
Like an Arab, African, gay, disabled migrant worker. That's how he feels today. So.
And you thought your life was tough. No, but how can... If you know the other stuff you can get, I see what he's trying to do, like metaphorically, but how many migrant workers have died in the building of these stadiums?
Yeah, it's more like 6,500.
6,500, and that's due to poor working conditions have died. So now the head of FIFA, the mofo responsible for all this shit, really, the buck's got to stop with someone. It says, today I feel like a migrant worker. He might have well said, today I feel like a dead thing. What is wrong with this guy? But does he do more? Does he go more?
No, that's the end of the video.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
And with the dramatic pauses, it's like, today I feel...
It literally, well, this particular, it just ends. What is it? Today I feel migrant worker. Stop. Okay.
Oh, no, they're like, you migrant workers dying of heat stroke, constructing a stadium in 52 degrees Celsius
They
heat.
spent so much money on the stadium.
Billions.
But then decided to cut
Well, that's
costs.
the thing. They weren't these stadiums. They built like 7 or 8 stadiums. Cities. They had to build like cities, infrastructure, hotels, and it does look a bit like old fire festival there. You got your tent there blowing in the wind. You look at your bank balances in the red, and you're looking at your tent there. It's not like a rocking the daisies here. Jesus.
They look rough, and it gets so hot in the desert. Whew.
So it's ridiculous.
And you pay so much for those tickets just to sleep in a windy tent. And
today I feel migrant worker in this tent. Fucking hell. No, it's terrible. But people who are trying to cancel footballers from going, I'm like, you're just insane, or like, I mean, you're showing the World Cup and being like, you can't profit. What about your TV rights? Like, what about all the money you're making off the World Cup? But so it's a terrible place. But again, like I said, Bafana, the morally correct soccer nation. It's about the only thing we do right: boycott World Cups, especially the fucking corrupt ones.
Would they have still gone if they got in?
I even know we're boycotting 2026, 2030. Boycott. You won't see us there. We might even boycott AFCON, but that's because you cheated.
What happens? This is a very genuine question. What happens if you don't qualify for the World Cup in your own country?
No.
Like that
so that's
happens.
the whole thing about hosting the World Cup is that Qatar have never qualified to play in a World Cup. Never. So it's the host nation get like us, Bafana. Yeah. Because we hosted. Chabalala!
We were pretty good in 2010, though.
We were right. We played like a sex-scandaled French team. We drew with the Mexican side 1-1. And I can't remember anything else. It was all a dream. But no, it's too much. And we must move to more light-hearted news because Trump is back. The Donald is back. And you can feel any way you want about him. But he's back, and if he wins again, I mean, not if he wins. People have already written him off. There's no ways he's going to do it. How short are people's memories?
That's what you said the first time.
He was a joke. And then I'm not a fan of Donald Trump. I think he's like a content machine. He makes very funny content. But
no, I'm not even going to try, actually.
It's not like a Mexican accent.
No wars happened when I was president. That was not bad. But you were only president for 4 years, my God. Not even.
Why is that's a term? You were only president for as long as you can be. What a loser. He lost
I'm just saying, like,
Sleepy
4
Joe.
years for wars,
Well, no, he brokered Middle East deals. I mean, no, you gotta be fair to him sometimes as well. He's a horrendous person, but brokered some peace deals in the Middle East. Russia knew they must be bung. He called the most, Kim Jong-un, probably the most sort of erratic, terrifying world leader, Rocket Man. He didn't give a single fuck. Donald didn't give a shit. Biden, he can barely prop himself up at the podium. So they're like,
I saw this one video of him.
War it is.
And he's just screaming, soda!
Who, Kim Jong-un or Donald?
No, it could be anyone, but it's Biden.
Biden.
Just, soda!
But I also just don't like Elon Musk at the moment. He really positioned himself. He really looked like he was going to be the guy. But now he's just like, he makes Twitter polls and that's how it runs now. So what happens when you fire your whole working staff?
Should Donald Trump come back? Yes or no?
But he's also got like this fake it's the voice of the people. It's like a couple of nut jobs on Twitter. It's like how's that it's like the people have spoken. That's his whole thing. So and then Kanye is back on Twitter as well. And the motherfucker is crazy. He just tweets shalom smiley face. After like the biggest sort of anti-Semitic tirade and controversy. He comes back with a shalom. This guy is nuts.
He's too much. I thought we weren't going to talk about him anymore.
He
doesn't deserve.
He can't be repressed. And people who also can't be repressed are the KETS fans, because we wanted to do some of your Q&As. So we'll try go.
We said send in your wildest questions. Tell me why. Someone asked for our craziest ghost stories.
Oh, I know. That was a good one.
we don't have any, so thank goodness.
They don't exist. How am I going to have still... Anyway, but we had to censor almost all of them because, wow.
These are the ones that are...
These are wholesome ones. So we'll rattle through them. We can both answer, or I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see. So Shard wanted to know, would you both ever come to Dubai?
Yes.
It depends what you're doing to me, Shard. Like, I've discussed it. I have a number for being excreted on, but we can chat about that later.
Oh, I had plans to go to Dubai for the F1 race. If he's paying, I'm there.
I mean, Dubai seems like a cool
Come
place.
on.
It seems like it's like where the influencers go, so maybe we go get some clout. Brad wants to know if we... Oh, this is an Afrikaans. Holy shit. Charlize, faux or frommel. What? That sounds sexual.
I don't...
Neither. What is it?
I don't know. I don't really know what that means. Do you fold or do you crumble? Or do you... Frommel?
I'm a top, if that's what you want to know. Brad.
Vincent says, if you could have anyone as a guest, who would it be?
Donald Trump. It's not even close.
The episode would get deleted.
Right?
Just like...
Trump, it's kind of like Trump, Musk, maybe like a Cristiano Ronaldo. They're people that are so big.
Yeah.
And hey, I'm a cloud chaser. It's not about, I'd love to shake his hand and wish him well. It's like pure clout, baby. We wouldn't even, imagine we just didn't even talk. That would still go viral. They'd be like, what's going on in South Africa?
KETS sits in silence with Donald Trump. There's just no ways. Making Donald Trump sit in silence for 45 minutes.
Useless. Worst interviewer ever. No, but oh god, I thought I admit. Would you let Chloe lick your bum? I mean, who are the? Oh, that's Justin. We know him fairly well. You know what sort of level? It depends what's on the line. Certainly not for free. This maybe Justin and Shard. We get something going in Dubai. You know. Looks
like you two would
chat,
be a match.
And then come with a final product. Yeah. Let me know.
Aweti says, if you were in a relationship of 6 years and found out that the person you were dating was your long lost sister, what are you doing about that? Are you breaking up or continuing?
There are so many questions here. First of all, Aweti, I hope this isn't a real question. Because
asking for a friend.
We know what you've chosen. If this is what you we know you're there with your but this whole long lost sister thing, like obviously you didn't look very long, or it's a lot of years in between, and then you kind of like,
damn,
was it a brain injury when she went missing?
You know,
it depends. 6 years is a long time to give to someone.
Some could argue you've already given it all. You know,
you got a lot in common. You look the same. Your genetics are pretty close.
Love that Instagram.
So I think you have to continue. You know, love knows no. Today I am incest. Joshua asks, where did the H in my name go? No, Joshua asked, would you change bodies with any woman for the day? Who would it be and why?
Let's think. I think if I had to pick, it would be like a Serena Williams. Like it would just be someone who's like super athletic. Okay. I would just want to know what that's like.
I'm Margot Robbie. We know why. Hey, that's you. Don't put your stuff on me. That's all I'm saying. And then Nathan asks, when y'all... Nathan, you're not American, my guy.
We don't know this.
Yeah, no, we like Nathan a lot. When y'all getting married and having kids? When y'all giving me money? Because as soon as I have money, I'll have lots of kids. Because they'd be like my little posse. We'd get up to all sorts of hijinks. like kids, you can't hit a kid. You're like, okay, go up to your uncle, just pull his pants down. Now the family bride, people are laughing. You know,
it would be kids actually eating toast on the
podcast. Oh, that would be cringe. No, I am Massive. It'll probably come back to clip this in a couple of years or whatever, 4 years or a lifetime. Who knows? I hate it when people monetize their children. Like, Google Gaga. It's like, oh, get this kid away. Like,
yeah.
why is this kid on camera? You know?
We're going to look back on family channels differently.
Yeah.
Faux show.
It depends. How funny is the kid? You know, if we can have a bit of back and forth, then that he can stay.
Let's cash in.
But Chloe, that is the end of the show.
That's it. No more KETS ever.
We're done. We hope you had a good time. We've certainly enjoyed ourselves. Chloe Dog.
It's been a pleasure, as always.
As always.
I've been practicing my barks. How's yours going?
Yeah. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.